LaToya Early is founder and CEO of Chase Great Enterprises LLC. It's a company that provides vision development strategies to aspiring and rising entrepreneurs. She is a wife, mother, woman of God who has devoted her life to helping others gain authentic success through strategic planning and development. LaToya Early creates coaching programs, is an empowerment speaker, and is an author of 4 books. She's got one of the books on sale over here right now for $15, The Power in Your Purpose. That's it. They're available. She can talk to you about it. You can buy one. She commonly appears on radio, TV, online blogs. She has an innovative approach to obtaining a lifestyle of success with possibilities that are created from within. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome LaToya S. Early. LaToya Early.
Good evening. Did everyone just come from work, come from their 9 to 5, or come, yes, for the most part? Okay. So we're going to talk about a little purpose tonight. I'm sure each and every one of you have just left your 9 to 5 and you're wanting to relax and kind of chill out because I know your day may have been filled, it may have been hectic, but this is the time that I want to kind of pour into you and really, really talk to you and touch you in the purpose part of you. Again, my name is LaToya Early. They did a wonderful job with introducing me. I am founder and CEO of Chase Great Enterprises, where we are constantly changing the momentum of your pursuit to success, your pursuit to happiness, and your pursuit to purpose. I truly believe that God designed each and every one of us with a purpose, and he would not have given us that purpose if he had not have given us the way to bring profit to that purpose so that we can live a life of prosperity. So on tonight, I wanted to talk to you about the power that you have in your purpose. Did anybody know that you have power in your purpose? Anybody? Yes, a little bit? Okay, so what do I mean by that? Well, what is purpose? Purpose is your true identity. It's the reason why you were created. It is the reason why you were placed here on this earth. How many years ago you were placed here. It is the reason why God assigned you here. He assigned you here with a purpose and with an assignment over your life. So you weren't just placed here just to be a mother or a father or a brother or a sister or aunt or uncle. You were placed here on an assignment. What is your life's assignment? What were you called and created to come here to do? Who were you called and created to impact? Everyone was assigned to someone to make someone else's life greater. So your purpose was given to you so that you can help the next person become exactly who they were called and created to be. Purpose is the measurement of your true value. It's the thing that makes you who you are. And without purpose, sometimes you can find yourself striving or struggling for a lifestyle that you may never reach because you haven't yet found who you really are. How many times have you sat back and you wondered, man, it's something else. It feels like I'm missing something. It feels like I'm not being fulfilled. See, sometimes we're full, meaning we go to our 9 to 5. We make great money. We're able to pay our bills. We're able to take trips. We're living a great life, but we aren't fulfilled. We're wondering why there are celebrities out here dropping dead, and there are celebrities out here not staying married, and there are celebrities out here that are so unhappy. They're so wealthy, but they're not fulfilled. There's an assignment, there's a purpose that is called over your life. So let's talk about the assignments over your life. There are 2 types of people who pursue purpose. There are entrepreneurs and there are entrepreneurs, okay? So an entrepreneur is a person who works for an entrepreneur and helps them build their business, grow their business, and help the person reach their greatest potential within their business. Then you have an entrepreneur. And an entrepreneur is someone who takes their vision and they go out and they start their own business. Which one are you? Entrepreneur? Both? Entrepreneur? See, sometimes as an entrepreneur, we settle with being an entrepreneur because we're afraid of stepping out and believing enough in ourselves to know that we can do it. How many of you are believing more in your 9 to 5 than you do in yourself? How many of you are believing more in your employer than you do in your own dreams? See, as an entrepreneur, you are designed to help the entrepreneur, but sometimes you have to embrace that position. Sometimes we don't know the difference between the two, so the entrepreneur may jump out and they were really designed to help to be the entrepreneur or vice versa. So that's why it's important for you to identify what your purpose is so that you can embrace it and so that you can maximize it. That's what makes purpose so powerful. Because when you're confident in your ability, nothing can stop you. Whether you were designed to help the entrepreneur, or whether you are the entrepreneur, your purpose is powerful. There is so much power found in purpose, whether or not it's the freedom to be who you are, where you're free from the criticism and the opinions of others, whether or not you're free to gain the profit that you desire. There is profit found in purpose. There is profit found in what you love to do. If there's something that you love to do, if there's something that you just can't get enough of, it's time to stop sitting on it. It's time to stop dreaming about it, and let's sit down and create a plan and figure out how you can turn your purpose into profit. It's absolutely doable. We're here tonight because we want to encourage our entrepreneurs. We want to encourage those who are pursuing entrepreneurship. And I want each and every one of you to know that you were all designed with something. And if you just believe enough in yourself to know that you can, you will. Well, how do I know if I'm in purpose? How do I know if I found my purpose, or if I even have a purpose? You have one. I have 7 key components to purpose, and I do elaborate more of it in the book. But one of the 7 components is being in the proper position. You have to be in a position of vulnerability in order to really receive the purpose that is assigned over your life. I can remember when I was in a moment of vulnerability, and I thought, I don't want to be vulnerable. You know, we're taught that vulnerability means to be weak. It means to be in the lack of. But how many of you know that in that moment of vulnerability is that moment where you're opening up to receive new information? So the only way that you can reach your greatest potential and get to the place that you desire, you have to stop thinking that you know it all. You have to stop thinking that you have it all together. You have to be in a position to be open enough to say, you know what? I know that there's something greater over my life. I know that there's something that's called within me, and it's time to now figure it out. You have to understand. You have to understand your value. Understand that your purpose is valuable. Sometimes we have visions, we have goals, we have aspirations, but we don't want to go after them because someone told us that the idea wasn't good enough. Somebody told you that that's a dumb idea. Somebody told you that you weren't worth it. Somebody told you that you didn't have the proper credentials, so you just gave up. You never recognized that the value was already embedded in you. Purpose is beyond a service or a product. It's a lifestyle. Purpose is your identity. It's who you are. So you have to value who you are. You struggle with confidence. You struggle with low self-esteem. You struggle with doubt. You struggle with fear. You struggle with procrastination because you're not secure in who you are. You have to understand your value. But in order to understand your value, you first have to understand your purpose. And there is so much power when you know who you are. There is so much value when you understand your position and your assignment in life. I say this all the time. I help people build business plans, and I do vision coaching. I'm a vision coach. And what a vision coach is I help aspiring and growing entrepreneurs reach past their limitations. I help you see bigger. I help you see greater. I can really sit down and help you take an idea and turn it into a lifestyle. God has just blessed me tremendously in that field. But I sit down with many people all the time, and the first thing that comes out of their mouth are their competition. I don't want to do this because there's too many people that do this. Or how am I going to stand out? But how many of you know that your purpose was given to you only to you? that nobody can duplicate it. They can imitate it, but it will not come out the way that you can. So I don't care how many hairdressers there are on this planet, nobody is going to be able to do the curl like you can. So you have to embrace that value. You have to embrace what was given to you. There is no such thing as competition when you are in purpose, because your line was created for you. Your path was strategically designed for you. And if you spend your time competing and comparing with other people, then you find yourself stuck. How many times have you saw the success of other people and you tried to measure up to their success? And then you found yourself falling, or you found yourself stagnant, or you found yourself lost. It's because you were trying to find a success that wasn't designed for you. What is your definition of success? Don't spend your time comparing and competing with someone else. Sit down and define what success means to you and strive for that definition. Because when you spend your time striving for someone else's definition of success, you'll find yourself stumbling and you'll feel like a failure. But it may not be that you've fallen. It may just be that you've been chasing in the wrong direction. The power in your purpose. You have power in your purpose. You have the power to be everything that you want to be. I remember when I first started my business. I started my business 4 years ago. And I originally started for profit purposes. I started doing LLCs and 501c3s, grant writing, and I still do these things, but I just wasn't being fulfilled. And as I would help people start their business, I would ask, okay, what's next? No one had an answer for me. No one knew. So we were starting businesses, and they were just starting it just because. So then that's when the assignment began to unravel and the vision coaching came into place. But I can remember sitting at a table with a group of my peers saying, I'm going to step out in purpose. I'm going to quit my 9-to-5. I'm going to step into my business, and I'm going to work in my own business full time. They looked at me and they said, so you're going to quit your job and you're going to expect people to pay you to encourage them? And they laughed at me. It was a smirk, like, that's a joke. All right. And I sat there, I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds terrible. Maybe this isn't going to work. Maybe this isn't what I'm supposed to do. I had all of these thoughts. You know how when you're sitting at the table and you're sharing your ideas of something that you shouldn't do in the first place because they're not on the same thinking level as you and they don't have the same faith as you do and they weren't given the vision. God gave the vision to you. That's why they didn't give it to them, because he knew that they couldn't handle it. Yeah, those people, I had those people as well. But I had to dismiss those people, because if I had have listened to them, I wouldn't be walking into my second year of full-time purpose. I wouldn't have a business where I have staff and I have a team and I have development. I wouldn't have those things because I would have listened to them. I wouldn't be standing here before you telling you that if I could do it with 3 kids, a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 1-year-old, and a husband, then so can you. Because no weapon formed against you can prosper. But you have to believe that. You have to know that. You have to know that everything that you need to become exactly what you want to become is embedded within you. But you first have to be confident enough to know that if I step out, no matter what happens, I got to keep going so that I can get to the promised line. We know that life was not given to us so that we can work 2 and 3 jobs to make ends meet. It was never designed to rob Peter to pay Paul. It was never designed to sit in a mediocre living and settle for nothing. That's not the life that was designed for you. Life was given for you to live and to live it more abundantly. Well, what is abundance? That's overflow. There's no overflow in zeros with a negative sign in front of it. That's not overflow. So I know that there are you out there with ideas, with visions. Even if you're an entrepreneur as we speak, and you're still battling between your 9 to 5 and your business. Now, no, I'm not saying that wake up tomorrow and quit your job. That's something that you have to feel within you. But what I will say is I want you to start believing more in you than you do in them. Because your visions and your ideas are just as valuable. You can do just what they did. Is it going to be easy? No. But whoever said success was easy? Whoever said living a life of purpose would be easy? See, what I learned is that people don't like to live according to a standard. People don't like discipline. They don't want to have to hold themselves accountable. They're okay with going to the 9 to 5 because their boss told them that you have to be to work at this time and you have to complete these assignments. They're okay with that. But when you have to hold yourself responsible, people run from that. But you have control over your destination. So if you're looking for a prosperity in your process, then it's time for you to step outside of the boat and it's time for you to start walking. Because if not, that boat is going to get overcrowded. And eventually you're going to sink with the rest of the people. For whatever reason, I feel like that I have individuals that are sitting before me who have been battling in their thinking whether or not they're going to pursue a business idea that is unfamiliar, that doesn't look familiar to someone. But I'll talk about the checkbox category. What's the checkbox category? It's the teacher, the doctor, the lawyer, the accountant. If you're not in that checkbox category, you automatically check out. And you're not willing to pursue what's really within you because it's unfamiliar to the world. But how many lawyers and doctors do we need? What about the ones that are supposed to come in and help you solve a problem? What about the one that is supposed to help you design your dress? What about the one that's supposed to help you do whatever it is that you're gifted in? We need you. Our gifts were given so that we can help one another become amazing. We're all supposed to be amazing. We were all created to be amazing. We were all created to live and to live life more abundantly. But what happens is we allow fear, we allow doubt, we allow our insecurities to creep in and to stop us from pursuing the dreams and the destiny that we desire. How much longer are you going to sit and settle? When are you going to open up so that you can soar? So that you can reach that place that you desire to go? When are you going to take your ideas seriously? You are valuable. What you have is valuable, and it is worth it. There's no such thing as a small idea. I'm pretty sure the person that created Post-its didn't think that it would turn into a multi-billion-dollar company. It's just a piece of paper with some glue on it. To them, that might have been a small idea. But to us, we can't sit at a desk without a stack of Post-its sitting next to us. You have that same creativity. You have that same energy that they have. It's now time for you to take that and to utilize it and to maximize it. There is power in your purpose. You have the power to speak those things that are not as though they were. You have the power to speak what you want. Remember, the power of living or dying is in what you say. The reason why your business is not as successful as you want it to be is because you keep speaking against it. The reason why your ideas are not what you want them to be is because you keep speaking against it. So now my question to you is, when are you going to start affirming your business, affirming your ideas, and start speaking into it and giving it life? Because without you, it can't live. There is power in your purpose. And it's time for you to now sit down and figure out what your purpose is. There are two types of business. There's a purpose-driven business and there's a profit-driven business. I'm all about purpose-driven businesses. Why? Because there's a foundation. When you're chasing profit, it's like a dog chasing his tail. constantly running in circles. And you're willing to do whatever you need to do to get what you want. So you're okay with sacrificing your integrity. You're okay with sacrificing who you are and your moral and your value for the quick dollar. But when you build a business on purpose, there's longevity. There's a reason. There's lives that can be changed. There is power in your purpose. And I wanted to share with you that whoever is sitting there wondering and thinking, how can their idea make it to the next level? How can you be the person that you desire to be? It's that you have to sit down and figure out what your identity is so that you can turn your idea into your lifestyle. Yes, purpose is a lifestyle change. It is. But it's so worth it and it's so valuable. Wouldn't you rather pay into a company that you knew that the owner had integrity? Wouldn't you want to sow into a company that you knew that the owner had moral? Be that owner. Be that business owner. Be that entrepreneur. Get quick rich schemes don't last long. But purpose can last as long as you take it. Again, I thank you so much for allowing me to pour into you on tonight. I didn't want to take up too much time. I wasn't even really given the time, so I could stand up here and just pour all night. But I do appreciate, I thank you so much for allowing me. And please stop by the table and purchase a book if you can. And again, thank you.